Big what's up to everyone. Hope everyone's doing nice and healthy. Staying at home and whatnot if you can. If your employer, lets you. Kapop. I did all my CW training last night, so this is mostly going to not be a CW learning stream, even though that's what the title says, but I don't have a better title for it. It's just whatever. First off, I'll, rep this sweet bottle opener I got at Hamvention 2019 from W2JO. It's a beer. Get it? And also, bring this stream to this stream. This stream is brought to you by my own homebrew beer, which I'm super impressed with. It's like super clear. It's very ambery. It has flavors, and it's like maybe about a 6%. It's been sitting on the floor of my basement for about 4 or 5 months. It's doing great. Looks like I need to update all the titles again. I need to find a better system for this. 47. Boop, boop, boop. Can't see my screen because I don't have it posted. Stream on Twitch. I gotta click the settings. No, wait. Quality. Edit stream info. Day 47. All right. But yeah, look at this. Just 10 out of 10. It's not that great. It doesn't taste that great, but it's doable. I'm gonna be like the AVE or like the hands only guy, but this webcam is like really crappy, so my hands look like a blurry mess. In the interest of actually doing something and not just rambling for a couple hours, I will do some CW I'll do some sending practice today because I did a lot of receiving yesterday. Some good old iambic master. It's my D&D in the background there. Let me try this. Window capture. Iambic master. Multi-adapter capability. Okay, interesting. Haha. I'm a pro. Gonna put this behind the display. Behind the cameras. I don't know, just playing around. I could put the beer on the left side or the right side so I have room for the left, for my lefty paddle. This eyeglasses cleaning cloth is my stable base. Or a brie. Nice. Let's see if I gotta share this to Twitter and stuff. Oh, that's so cool. Very interesting. It is capturing the Windows display, but right now on my second monitor, I have it obscured with a browser window. But even though that's a thing, it's still showing the screen, so it's not showing all my private details. It's pretty dank. I'm learning this thing, whether you like it or not. And sometimes you just have to learn it live. How do I get to me profile? it. Now streaming on Twitch. 3 hours ago. Man, it doesn't tweet. Is it tweet? No, that's just Libsyn emailing you to make this go mute. Live. Twitch. No, this is dumb. I won't tweet anything. Don't really care that much. All right. So the way Iambic Master works is you click. I'm using the Win key here, and it reads the echo from the Win key, and paste it there. When I hit start, it will put a target or a thing I'm supposed to send, and I have to send that perfectly. And only will I go on to the next phrase when I send that entire string completely 100% perfectly. So I have to start all the way over with W6SX. I was like, oh wow, I did that the first time. Nope. Just gotta get that in my mind. Mice. So even though I got pieces of that all together, it's not going to let me pass because I don't have the entire string perfect. And I'm just going through once a couple times just to practice it. Oop. Boom! Oh my gosh, heart was racing there. So you see, it disappeared, and now I have a new target. I usually don't get through them that fast. Like you've probably not seen my previous attempts at doing this, but maybe it's a little lubrication. Who knows? N4AF. Dang it. It's kind of hard. Yes, you can learn Morse code. Everyone can learn Morse code. It's real easy. It takes a lot of time, but it's not like hard. I don't think. It is kind of hard. I mean, you got to put some time into it. Whoa, what TF? I hate 6, but I'm getting better at it. Dang it. Dang it, that's stupid 6. Dang it. Nice. I forgot what 6 is. Yeah, if you're a drummer, or if you're if you have any sense of rhythm, there CW might be, or Morse code might be something like you can really pick up easily, because there is a certain kind of rhythm, and it's all about timing. It's not about like knowing that A is it's one dit and then a dash. It's not about knowing that A is like some mnemonic, or L, for example, is. A lot of people think that as a light is lit, or they look at this chart that you kind of trace down, and it just you don't think about that. Every single letter has a specific sound, and the Morse code person Morse code. Most Morse coder tries to becomes proficient by memorizing the sounds of those characters. So interesting thing you're asking about how it works with beats. Two things. How, like making signal, that might be a little different, but there's one thing I always do. It's V and 4. If you know what Beethoven's March is, da 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 da, da 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 da. And then 4, even more, pop culture. It's Durid Sandstorm. And then my own call sign, it has like a tempo to it. Duh. I need like I have an idea. I'm doing a lot better. Oh, thank you. I have a metronome that I want to like see if it works. Oh, no, it's dead. I wanted to get this metronome out, but it's like totally croaked. I don't know if I can send like do a Oop. The C is kind of like, it's a little bit off. And the timings aren't perfect like to a rhythmic like kind of beat. Like if I send N4AF, it's like kind of a weird timed signature. So see you, Obzel, Obzioli. Good to have you. Good luck looking for PC builders. I need a new PC. I need to build a new PC. All right, N4AF. Hi, Anthony. Andy, thanks for I'm doing a lot better. I think I am. Over the last like couple 40 days, I think it was like day 30 or day 26, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's why I put these videos, or I stream these on YouTube and like save the videos up on YouTube. Just so I can see like 40 days ago, or actually really 90 days ago, because it's been 40. I've streamed 40 times, but I haven't streamed for consecutive days. So, because I'm lazy. But looking back when I was like doing and struggling with like learning the first couple letters, I was just amazed. So, and I've always done like sending like a lot more than I have receiving than actually copying the code. I like sending it better because I'm a drummer. But in fact, it's out of reach, but like I have like some drumsticks like in the drawer that's too far to get to. But in the receiving part has always been hard. But if you look at the description in the YouTube videos, it's like there's this guy on Reddit who posted, "Hey, learn Morse code in 90 days. Just do 10 minutes a day on Learn CW Online," and boom, that'll get you. Dang it. There's too much space there. You don't think you've sent more than 100 characters? Oh, well, so my suggestion to you, Kyle, is just send the alphabet a bunch of times. It's one of the CW Academy things. Actually look at the, the cheat sheet that, you see on a lot of places. Wow, Firefox is taking forever to load up. What? I don't want you. Get out of here. I think this is how I learned. I just like looked up this and like A went through. Do every letter a couple of times. Oh, it's okay, Kyle. I can still tell you who you are. Do C. And over time, you're learning not only the sound of the character, each of the characters, but also the feel, the muscle memory. D. And what this also really helps with, if I'll go slower for a minute, because I'm probably going way too fast for most beginners. Board. 13 words per minute is like the lowest speed I suggest, so let's try 15. Because you don't want to go too slow where you're starting to count like the characters, but oh, I'm blocking the whole stupid thing. Duh. There we go. I can hear it, but you have to think about how to send it. Yeah, I mean, over time you just keep, or send like total gibberish. Like sometimes when I'm testing it out, I just like fling my hands around. I wonder if I can increase the frame rate on this camera real quick. It's like really wobbly or really blurry. That's a little better. Turn down the exposure. Yeah. Save. It's a little better, yeah. So I need to flip this microphone around, get a little higher view. Yeah, I just send random gibberish sometimes. Just to like show off to people, oh yeah, I know Morse code. I bet you don't know what I sent. You know, your mom is so a wonderful person. But actually I sent N something TNI. But yeah, if you're learning to send, and let's say you also don't have a paddle, and let me convert this to I can't convert this. If I twisted this way, you can kind of tell like this is now a straight key, but I would have to plug it in first to actually get it to work, when that would be too hard. Doing things live, it's something, isn't it? Because I have this plug, that I wonder if I have something in the bin behind me. Baby talk. Woo. I meant to send goo, but I confused W's and G's a lot. Let's see here. Got the wrong kind of cable. Needs to be a female on both ends. Wait, is that possible? Oh, maybe those will work. Just to give me some length. Long freaking cable. Oh no, it won't work. Because it's now I need a 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch jack, which I don't have any more of those. Because I used them all up. Oh wait, oh my god, I just found one. Hallelujah. Alright. And then this gets plugged into paddle. Alright, perfect. So, let's say you have a straight key. Even better yet, I actually have a flippin' straight key. Somewhere. Maybe it's downstairs. I think it's in here. Oh, it's right here. It was here the whole time. So, like, this is a normal straight key. Bloop. And you send CW by pushing this button. This is a shorting bar for like tuning, so ignore that. And then basically you get da 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 da. And I'm emulating that on my paddles by hooking it directly up to the radio, so it's not using this right side. It's just using the left side. And if I push it down, you see what I mean? If I flip it, you kind of can see what I'm getting at here. Can't really see that. Like if I'm doing this, it's the same thing as doing this. So imagine like this is a straight key for all intents and purposes. And the way that I learned on this is to try to get you use this page, the International Morse code thing that's up on screen, and just send the alphabet. And you might have bad timing, but that's okay. Like my dits are too short, or like if you send a C, like the timing between them's too short. It really helps to listen to actual like real sent CW to work on straight key. But I always recommend, if you want to be a proficient and a fast CW operator, don't buy one of these, buy one of these. And what I mean by that is probably don't buy one of these, because this one is no longer in production, and you want to get a cheaper one. But surprisingly, these Morse code keyers, even though they're literally 2 switches, are ridiculously expensive. And the cheapest you can get is like American Morse equipment dirt cheap paddle, which looks like this. AMEDCP. I can probably, yeah. And it comes in a kit. It's very small. I have one. I need to go get it. But like, it's tiny, but it's $56 for the kit, and you put it together, which is still pretty expensive for a couple of milled pieces of aluminum. Like, I really wish there was a company that could make these like super cheap. Maybe eBay has some, like, or Alibaba. I know Amazon doesn't really have anything good. You call these iambic paddle, and I've actually gone through this whole thing before of like what an iambic paddle is and why do they call it that. A lot of these used ones, I mean, there's like 3D printed paddles, which should be super cheap. Put you down so I can actually type. N0SSC. Who is that? Morse code. And 3D printed Morse practice. There's one on Thingiverse. Oh, that's just the paddle part. Check out our 3D printed Camelback Morse code keys. Looks like there's nothing here, bud. Store PETG outdoor keys. What's an outdoor key? Okay, these are 3D printed. So like $30-something for straight keys. Oh, it's outdoor because it's melting. Softening point is 185 degrees. Camelback keys? What's Camelback? Okay, these are a little longer. Paddle keys. So this is probably the cheapest paddle you can buy. It's 3D printed. They're very light. This is like the lightweight version. I think there's like a heavyweight. No, there's no heavyweight. Going back to iambic paddle, $42.95. Is it the same price? Yeah, so I guess the same seller. You can always get, like, what the hell is this $159 for? Ham radio prices just bewilder me. Like, I understand why this is like $100, $200. Like, I would actually pay more for this because it's really fancy. But like some of the cheaper budget ones are still like kind of unusually expensive. Understanding though, to be fair, this is probably not this. This is probably his entire job, or her, or their. So a livelihood is being, created by selling Morse code paddles. Okay, 70B. And you can also 3D print them yourself, like this guy did. So, November 0 Sierra Alpha builds keys in St. Louis. Oh, they're fancy. Very, very nice keys. Oh my gosh. There is an art form, like, oh, here's like kind of a cheaper version, but the Zen bug. These are bug keys. So how they work is one of the sides of the key is just like a straight key. It's just directly connected to the ring or the pin or whatever part. But then the dit is created by this swinging weight. So this is a mass on the end of a swinging arm. So when you hit that side of the paddle, the mass kind of goes back and forth. It oscillates like on a spring, and it taps a contact, making the dits. And depending on where you slide that weight up and down, it makes changes the speed of the dits. So I wonder if there's a video of bug key in action. Well, that one's too weird. Morse code bug. Videos. Vibroplex is the biggest seller of bugs.
This is a Vibroplex. Let's do some Morse code poetry.
Morse code
practice.
poetry. So there you can see his right finger, his index finger is, and this stupid thing's in the way, is contacting this left side, causing the DAWs. And as long, it's just like a straight key. Basically, if you turn this on its side and use that right key, it would beep forever. Or you could use it just like a straight key. And then the left paddle, it vibrates this tail weight back in the back over here. So watch when it makes like 2 dits in a row. See how it... There's a good one. And their contact is right here. It's a little spring thing, so it has like a time. That's how the timing works. This little spring contacts and kind of mushes into the contactor, and then slowly brings itself out instead of like the tail end, like kind of whapping it, and you get this short dit. So it's a little like closer to the fulcrum of the thing. I'm using like big words and I'm confusing myself partially, but that's what a bug is. So you have all 3 types here: the paddle, the iambic electric paddle behind the chat window, and then the straight key and a bug. So there, and like I said, there's an art form, and that's why a lot of ham radio iambic paddles are so expensive. And I mentioned this before, but like Bugali makes some of the prettiest like Morse code keys that are well above $500. Many of them are cheaper, not cheap. Like 200 is like the minimum you're going to spend. But like there's one that's like about $600 on here. 400, 435, 399, 540. Just because this thing weighs 4 pounds, it's a solid chunk of metal, but it's like, it's hand built. The cheapest one I think is this, and it's still like several pounds. Sculpture swing. That looks sexy. And they have magnet. They're well engineered. Like they're very, very good paddles. And then you have like the budget ones, like the bencher. But even those are still super expensive. Vibroplex owns them now, duh. Very like iconic Morse code paddle, but it costs about $200. Well, maybe it won't tell me. Yeah, about $200. $171 for the BY1, and the pretty chrome steel one is chrome is $211. So it's like, who's gonna learn Morse code after having to buy a super expensive paddle? Maybe there's a market there for making even cheaper paddles. Like all they are switches. You can build them yourself like very, very easily. But you know, maybe I should do videos on that. Anyways, so like I was saying, use if you're learning from a straight key, listen to real CW and try to mimic their timing. Or use a CW generator and try to mimic, like if I go to LCWO, you can do it on here. Say convert text to CW and test 1, 2, 3, and I can convert it and play, pause, and I can just like and try to mimic that perfect timing. Your timing on a straight key will never be perfect. That's kind of the allure of a straight key. There's a lot of people who still use straight keys, called the SKCC, Straight Key Century Club, and it's like you make at least 100 contacts on a straight key, and you get to be a part of the club. And everyone there, they have a completely unique personality. I won't say that they have a bad timing. Many do actually have like a really hard to understand timing, but like they all, like you can tell who is who by like how they time themselves, like especially with spacing. Like I like to send my call sign with a groove, even though the real timing, the C goes off of tempo a little bit. My poor throat is just frogging up. You'll hear CQ a lot. That one's really easy to do. And then to learn the letters, just like yada yada yada. That's how I did it, at least. All right. Fun demonstration. So plug back in. Whew. Let's keep this going. And I was doing this at 25. Start. Where was that Q code training that I did a while ago? That's word training. Let me go bring this back. Boop. Boop. If you go to word training, which is here, boop, it's in the language collection. So Q codes is Q codes only. So like QRQ, QRK. So like it's there. And I don't know what most of these Q codes actually are, because it uses the bank from like telegraphy, like old school and like net operations. So what does quarter even mean? You have to go to the Q code thing to like find out. Let's go back to this thing. Need to like change this up. Crap. Like flipped it. It's kind of a fun little jig. Oh, so that's actually a word. Shaving a haircut 2 bits is stroke M. Or stroke EE. Stroke M is often used to signify that you're mobile, meaning you're in a car. Hams use like funny terminology like, I am pedestrian mobile, and that just means this is me. I'm walking and I'm on a radio, but they call it pedestrian mobile. Or if you're in a car, oh, this is N0SSC mobile. And I'm like, you're in a car. I got it. Aeronautical mobile, bicycle mobile. And you got to stress the mobile, like almost like Mobile, Alabama, but mobile. Just to be pedantic. But geo is kind of a fun thing to say. Texas. Gotta get back my thing here. K5 Tango Radio. God. Let's try to do the whole thing. Find this thing out. I need to get rubber pads for this stupid thing. Too many deads. Wrong number. Come on. That was 3, not 4. I sent the E way too fast, so it took the G E and turned it into a P, which G is P or W. I actually sent the wrong word in a letter entirely. W is and E is dit, so W E if sent too short sounds like P. See the difference? Like weep. Pin. I don't even know what I'm sending. I'm lost. Get back to it. See, like I won't ever get the first this crap right. Dang it. Four was always so easy for me. It's Druid Sandstorm. Come on. 5, Druid Sandstorm. Gosh. Why is it so hard? I just want to send 52 so bad. That has like a, I'm trying to listen to the rhythm of 54. Like it almost has kind of a, it speaks to me in a orchestral sense, like a like that's how I kind of learn Morse code, I guess, is I listen for like movements, like a musical movement. So now I can send it, right? Nice. I missed the space. Will it get mad at me if I actually finish the call? Yeah, it still won't let me pass it because there's a Oh, you can't see my mouse. Between T and the X, there is a space there, and it's just like, nope, sorry. Come on. See that space there? Ruins everything. Damn it. God. I love the feel of that. Damn it. How much longer am I gonna have to like do this? How much error? Like, I wish it wasn't like a show of like how much error I have. Damn! I got R backwards. That's R. One of my biggest shortcomings is lifting off too quickly on a character that requires a whole bunch of holding, like O, 0 and O, I, S, H, 5, J, L. That one. You have to like time it so perfectly. Hope. Why am I sending it 6s now? Too much spacing. I'm gonna get this. It's so fun to send. I keep messing it up. Nope. It's not a B, it's a 6. Keep holding the paddle, dang it. Come on. God damn it. K and T or K and X are set in the same fashion versus, but it's a matter of how long you hold down the T. Come on. I got that far and then I choked. Come on. Just that one little flub. God damn it. Yeah! Done here. Can't send 73 now. I'm putting that thing away. This has been too much. Too much morsing. Yikes. Done my timestamp. Maybe I'll highlight that. Maybe Kyle's still here and he'll see me freaking out. Oh my God, you were here for the whole thing, Kyle? Jesus Christ. I feel so bad for you, dude. That was so painful. But it was very enlightening because there was some real like mental. I know that Geo, like if I'm trying to tell somebody I drive a Geo Metro, I'm gonna send da 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 da. Like it's very rhythmic, and then 54 is like a orchestral da 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 da, like you know, TX Texas. I don't really. There's nothing really special about that. Hope none of you are from Texas. Oh my gosh! Get out of here. All right, I should like go play video games now or something. My brain is just fried. So, hi guys, how you doing? How's everyone doing tonight? Who, you know, showed up later or whatever. I don't have like as good of lighting that I do as I did last night. Let's see what I have a Discord mention. I'm sure my cat like freaked out and jumped again because last time I had success, I like slammed on the table. No, nothing here. I need to post to more places that I'm streaming because people are like, I would really love to watch you stream, but I don't know when you stream. I stream at 7 o'clock, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays. That's my new solid 100% going to do that every time schedule. because it totally makes me so happy to stream. I was about to say it makes me so much money, but definitely does not make any money. All the ads you see on anything is not supporting me. It's supporting YouTube and Twitch, or wherever this is streaming. Fuck it. Let's go to caller number 1. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go to WebSDR. Whoa, I just clicked a button. Hopefully that didn't break anything. Let's just see if we can pick up some cool stations. I really love the Utah WebSDR. It's the best one. Why am I so far down? It's because I'm slouching. WebSDR is to 87 degrees Eastern United States. 12 meters. Slot. Oh, there's a cat. It's very noisy. That's what the lightning looked like.
Kilo Delta 9, India Kilo November, Kilo Delta, India Kilo November.
I'm guessing, so this station's out near Salt Lake. So I'm guessing these storms around here are causing a lot of that noise. It's probably also picking up these Atlantic storms. There's not many receivers in Africa, so like this lightning map that I'm showing you. There's like no storms in the west or east of the Prime Meridian. That's crazy. There's like barely any Indonesia. Huh. The world is crazy, y'all. But it's like super noisy. Let's go down to CW. One really good thing about CW is it's very like easy to narrow the filter up so that like lightning and all that garbage doesn't really make a noise. It doesn't really like bother you. So you can turn on some noise reduction. You can turn on a filter. I can see how much less the noise from the lightning really bothers ye. And if I go wide, again, you'll hear it like all that. So it's kind of nice. This is W1 Alpha Whiskey. And I need to... Is there a way to like change the... This is doing... What I'm doing right now is called zero beating. So, if you know anything about musical theory, two horns that are playing, if they're at the same exact pitch, they will have zero beat. But if they're off by a little bit, like if... Like I'm sending dashes at the same time you're hearing the CW, so it all kind of melts together. But if I go off by one, which is... This was 400 hertz. Hear how there's like a... There's a dissonance. Or the other way around. Let me go like a couple. You can hear this signal is much higher than mine. But if I go down a little bit, they start to line up, and you basically cannot tell the difference between the two signals. And that's called zero beating, because the phenomena of two out of phase or out of frequency signals have this beat pattern where you get these standing waves almost like of interference, and basically you hear a higher signal and a lower signal like over time as the addition of those two signals kind of overlap. Just making up words again. I'm an engineer and I'm supposed to be able to explain that really well, but whatever, it happens. musical beating. Hopefully this isn't too bad of a meme. But here you can kind of see what it looks like. Two signals that are just slightly out of phase or off by frequency. This is a minimum and this is a maximum, and over time you hear that warble like. And when you zero beat in ham radio, it's actually a very interesting skill to have. That's when you know that you're tuned up directly on that other person's signal. It doesn't really matter in my case right now, but if you are actually operating a ham radio, then this would really matter. So that's all the lessons I'm going to give tonight. I'm done here. I'm almost finished with my beer. It should be a measure of, when I need to go off and do something else. All right, I'm done here. I'm going to see you on Thursday, 7 o'clock. I'll say 73 to everyone who's here. It doesn't look like there's anybody here because I only have one viewer from Facebook or YouTube. So thanks for watching. And thanks for hanging out, Kyle, and everyone else who contributed in the chat there. Hope you're all staying healthy, stay inside, stay aware, and go learn some Morse code. 73.